students, I am Gulshan Makkar. In this video, we will see few more examples on Sylvester's theorem. So in the previous video, we have seen what is the statement of Sylvester's theorem, and then we will see two more examples on the same theorem. So here, using Sylvester's theorem, we have to show that 3 tan A is equal to tan 3A, where A is equal to this matrix -1, 4, 2, 1. So again we have to start with, let P of A is equal to 3 times tan A, which is a polynomial in A, and then we have to find the characteristic equation of this matrix A. So characteristic equation of A is given by, it is lambda square minus S1 lambda plus determinant of A is equal to 0. So here it is lambda square minus S1 is sum of diagonal elements, which is 0, plus determinant of A. So determinant is -1 minus 8, it is -9 is equal to 0, and therefore lambda is equal to plus minus 3. So we can say here lambda 1 is equal to plus 3 and lambda 2 is equal to -3 are the two distinct eigenvalues, of matrix A. And therefore by Sylvester's theorem we can express P of A is equal to P of lambda 1 into Z of lambda 1 plus P of lambda 2 into Z of lambda 2, because again our R varies from 1 to up to 2. So P of A is like this, and therefore now we have to find the value of P of lambda 1, Z of lambda 1, P of lambda 2 and Z of lambda 2. So what is P of lambda 1? So P of lambda 1 is nothing but P of 3, so which is given by 3 times tan 3, and P of lambda 2 is equal to P of -3, so it is given by 3 times tan of -3, and we know that tan of minus theta is minus tan theta, so it is equal to -3 tan 3. So we have got the values of P of lambda 1 and P of lambda 2. Now we will try to find Z of lambda 1 and Z of lambda 2, where Z of lambda R is given by adjoint of lambda I minus A upon phi dash of lambda at lambda is equal to lambda 1 and lambda 2. So for this we require the matrix lambda I minus A and then adjoint of lambda I minus A. So what is lambda I minus A? Lambda I minus A is given by lambda minus 1, which is lambda plus 1, then it is -4, -2 and lambda minus 1. So this is your lambda I minus A matrix, and therefore adjoint of lambda I minus A is given by, we have to change the place of these two, so it is lambda minus 1, lambda plus 1, and we have to change the sign of these two, so it is +4 and +2. So we have got adjoint of lambda I minus A, and then we have to find phi dash of lambda, and phi of lambda is determinant of lambda I minus A, so which is given by lambda square minus 9, and therefore phi dash of lambda is given by 2 lambda. Therefore Z of lambda R will become lambda minus 1, 4, 2 lambda plus 1 upon phi dash of lambda, so it is given by 2 lambda, and this we have to obtain at lambda is equal to 3 and minus 3. So therefore for lambda 1 is equal to 3, z of lambda 1 which is equal to z of 3 is given by 3 minus 1, it is 2, 4, 2 and 4 upon it is 6. So from this we can write it is equal to 1 by 3 and 1, 2, 1, 2. Similarly for lambda 2 is equal to 3, we get z of lambda 2 which is equal to z of minus 3 is given by it is minus 4, 4, 2 and minus 2 upon 3 2s are minus 6. So this can be written as again 1 by 3, 1 by 3. So it is 2 minus 2 minus 1 and 1. So putting these values in P of A, we get P of A is equal to P of lambda 1 is 3 times tan 3 into Z of lambda 1 is 1 by 3 and the matrix 1, 2, 1, 2 plus P of lambda 2 is minus 3 tan 3 into Z of lambda 2 is 1 by 3 and the matrix 2 minus 2 minus 1 1. So we can take this tan 3 common. So this will imply the first matrix is 1 2 1 2 and then minus 2 minus 2 minus 1 1. So this is equal to tan 3 times minus 1 4 2 and 1. So this is equal to tan 3 times the matrix A and left hand side was P of A and P of A is nothing but 3 times tan A. So this is what we wanted to prove. So hence prove the result. So let us take one more example on Sylvester's theorem. Use Sylvester's theorem to show that e to the power a is equal to e to the power x cos hx sin hx sin hx cos hx. So these are nothing but the hyperbolic functions of sine and cosine angle and the formula of which you can see here. So where the matrix A is given by xx xx. So again we have to start with let P of A is equal to the required polynomial e to the power a and then characteristic equation of A is given by lambda square minus s1 lambda plus determinant of A is equal to 0. So it is given by lambda square minus s1 is sum of diagonal elements, it is 2 times x plus determinant of A. So it is x square minus x square. So determinant is 0. So this is equal to 0. So if we are taking lambda common, we can write this as lambda minus 2x is equal to 0. So lambda is equal to 0 and lambda is equal to 2x are the two values of lambda which are nothing but the eigenvalues and definitely these eigenvalues are distinct. So therefore lambda 1 is equal to 0 and lambda 2 is equal to 2x are the distinct eigenvalues of matrix A and therefore by Sylvester's theorem we can write by Sylvester's theorem we can write P of A is equal to summation r is equal to 1 to 2 P of lambda r into Z of lambda r, which is nothing but P of lambda 1 into Z of lambda 1 plus P of lambda 2 into Z of lambda 2. So now we need to find the values of P of lambda 1, P of lambda 2, Z of lambda 1 and Z of lambda 2. So here P of lambda 1 is nothing but P of 0, which is e to the power 0, which is equal to 1, and P of lambda 2 is equal to P of 2x, and it is given by e to the power 2x. And then we have to find Z of lambda r. Also, Z of lambda r is given by adjoint of lambda I minus a upon phi dash of lambda at lambda is equal to lambda r. So for this we again require lambda I minus a. So therefore the matrix lambda I minus a is given by lambda minus x, then minus x, again minus x, and lambda minus x. So from this we can find adjoint of lambda I minus a. Therefore adjoint of lambda I minus a is given by, you have to change the place of these two. So it is lambda minus x, and change the sign of these two. So it is x and x. And phi of lambda is given by determinant of lambda I minus a, which is equal to lambda square minus 2x lambda. Therefore phi dash of lambda will become 2 lambda minus 2x. So after this we can obtain the value of Z of lambda r. Therefore Z of lambda r is equal to adjoint of lambda I minus a, we have lambda minus x, lambda minus x upon 2 lambda minus 2x at lambda is equal to 0 and 2x. So for lambda 1 is equal to 0, Z of lambda 1 will be Z of 0. So it is given by minus x minus x upon, it is minus 2x. So this can be written as 1 by 2, then it is 1 minus 1 minus 1 and 1. So we are dividing here by minus x. And similarly for lambda 2 is equal to 2x, Z of lambda 2 will be equal to Z of 2x. So it is given by 2x minus x, it is x and again x upon 4x minus 2x, so it is 2x. So we can divide again here by x to get 1 by 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. And now we will substitute these values in equation 1. So therefore 1 implies P of A is equal to P of lambda 1, which is 1, into Z of lambda 1 plus P of lambda 2, which was e to the power 2x, into Z of lambda 2, which is written over here. So this can be written as, it is 1 by 2 plus e to the power 2x by 2, then this is minus 1 by 2 plus e to the power 2x by 2, then this is minus 1 by 2 plus e to the power 2x by 2, and finally it is 1 by 2 plus e to the power 2x by 2. Now in the question you can see that we have to take e to the power x common of this matrix, and then we can write this as e to the power minus x plus e to the power x upon 2. We have taken e to the power x common, then this can be written as minus e to the power minus x plus e to the power x upon 2. Then this can be written as minus e to the power minus x plus e to the power x upon 2, and this can be written as e to the power minus x plus e to the power x upon 2. So these are nothing but the formula for, this is the formula for cos hx as you can see here, and this is the formula for sin hx, this is again sin hx, and this is cos hx. So left hand side was e to the power a. So this is the result which we wanted to prove. So hence proved the result. Thank you.